before using it? Yeah. But you love it?
No.
No. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I got two techniques here. Okay? I'll show you two. For a head. Again, everything takes its own strategy. Again, maybe it does something I just don't know much about, but it's nice to not have to rely on a bunch of other stuff. Wait, is CAS?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys know that, well, here's a little bit of information. You know that we have access to all the Linda stuff, right? Right? Oh, shit. Dude, MSU pays this massive fee so that every single one of us have access to any Linda training there is.
Really?
It's great. I mean, I did not otherwise what I had to do, I would have sent it to Linda, but their unwrap is on a non-traditional head, so it's more like on a beast, which is more side than it is frontal. So it is the best. But yeah, if you didn't know about this, I also found this out. All these books that you buy, like the Maya cheat, that you were talking about a cheat in Maya, right? You go to the library, lib.msu.edu, right? Search their digital library. Almost all the books are there. Free PDFs, download, and then bam. So why buy books? Why buy books? So all the stuff's there. So I'm going to be sending you guys to all these things. We live in a really great time right now. I'm just going to say this was not always the case. You used to have to invest a lot of money in BitTorrents in order to get a lot of this stuff. And you just don't have to anymore. So what you do is you just do Linda.
I'm actually going to point something out. It's only available for faculty.
What?
Linda. Students, you get a reduced rate.
What?
We still pay for it, yeah.
Oh, maybe because I'm staff.
Right.
We'll find a way. Yeah. No problem. I mean, I'll just have to slurp it, pull it off. Yeah. Well, I thought you just go right here. No, did you realize this? Look, is this where you go? It's all based on your net ID. Okay.
Right. So full part-time, paid
Got it. All right. Well, I'll get you in. That's not good, and I'll scrape it. But I wonder. I mean, is that the same for library.msu.edu? I mean, check this out. Because I had found a Flash book when I had to get something for coding, and I was just like, sometimes they have that. I just put in Maya. Right there. See that? Free on the web. Digital files. Tons of them, man. So, scoop it up, guys. Sometimes you actually have to go to the digital, you have to search the digital library to get them. Sometimes when all the titles come up, I found that before when I was searching stuff, and then I finally tapped into that, and then I found exclusively they had, all kinds of books that you'd be after. So all your classes, really. And they have each chapter, and you can just grab each chapter and whatnot. Okay. Into Angel. Okay, so really, I'm going to show unwrapping today. And again, there's two types of ways to get started, but you still have to use the same techniques. It's just how do you work your way around the UV editor? It's really, really easy. For me, probably more so because I have 3ds Max experience, and they really are very similar. They change the icons and the labels. All of the same philosophy, which is fantastic. Good. Okay, so I just put my head up there so that I can just grab it. And I have my picture you guys have access to Linda. That sucks. I don't take for granted that the university knows me by a number instead of. I thought for sure we all had access to that, but it's fine. Okay. All right. Can't really drop it, but he was just like, no, I'm way too advanced for this. Juice? He might have been like, that's just too much for me to try to do, man. Oh, slightly different looking on the Mac. Oh, okay, so I have my shader all set up. We'll see what. See if it remembered everything. Oh, it did. Look at that. Okay, great. Okay, so mine's already unwrapped. I'll do a new one. Well, usually on the head, if I just do a man, this is slightly disorienting. Trying to get to not everything's fitting on here. You notice that? Where's my UV? Okay, so when I look at my UV editor now, you can see how I unwrapped it. It's about right, right? Well, man, the screen resolution is small. I'm pretty spoiled, I guess. I have a really nice TV. Okay, so it must not know where my image is. Well, not gonna matter. So I'm gonna redo it. I'm just gonna redo it out of the sake of redoing it. Oh man, that's another thing using this mouse. Not a 3-button mouse.
I hate these mouses.
I give you a really shitty 3-button.
Yeah.
If you push on the button, it's obnoxious, but it is.
It's really hard to.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Well, let's go into UV mode. And man, this is so. I'm gonna just change this. I can't take it. You guys know what the highest supported resolution is on here? You know? Let's try that. Oh. Well, it may work for me, maybe not so much for you, but it works. Does that go? Yeah, that'll work. Sweet. Okay, I'm just gonna put this down here. Let's see. Oh. Make the finder go away, right? Is there a hotkey for making the finder go away, guys? No?
There's a few weird things that are in here.
Yeah.
Click on dock. Yeah, see that straight up.
Awesome. Well, that makes it so that I can open this up. Okay. Oh.
You put the apple in the top left.
What's that?
You put the apple in the top left.
Yeah.
Because there's a dock option in there that should be able to. You try to get rid of the dock.
Yeah, the dock is just annoying. I don't want the side here.
Click the apple in the top left.
I'm in mock-up mode now.
Yeah, well, after that.
Alright, I'm gonna just be around for a minute while I wait for that to crash. I don't know if you have a question. Or are you good? still locked up here? We are. Okay, 4 foot.
Yeah, that safety thing is pretty annoying, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Like that piece of wood shouldn't be standing. If there's nothing in it, it doesn't stay.
Okay, so I'll just get started on this. So I'm gonna go into UVs, and I'm just gonna do this for now and paint these. And what I'm really going after are where the edge loop, or where the seams are. You can kind of see where those are, right here where it splits. Because I'm gonna do planar mapping. This is one way. The other way, you just zap the whole head with a spherical, and I'll do that after I make it with the planar mapping, and then we're going to sew things back together. That's just as advanced as the UV editor really is. Okay, so I'm going to go in here and select as much of this as I can. Let me yeah. I'm going to do the edges first. And at any time, I'm going to separate them, so it really doesn't even matter if I miss it. I'll show you why. And I'm just going to try to show you how it's totally nuts, how to make it go back together without even just working the UV editor. All right, it's pretty easy. I mean, maybe I would have used a plugin if I learned this from later. I don't have any other option, so I'm going to go with this. So, no, not like painting waves.
Paint selection. So you're using this tool.
What's the hotkey for changing the size of your brush?
Big beam.
The hotkey for changing
Yeah,
the brush.
I'm not going to know hotkeys, unfortunately. You're going to be able to use this guy.
I don't know. The V is something on it.
It's just V.
Okay. Edges or face? Face. Sorry. So yeah, go ahead and just do a basic selection of the front. I mean, if you have yours open, maybe this would be a good time to go ahead and open yours up, and we'll work on that if you haven't already, and go through both processes, because what you usually do is I go through and I try to use every type of mapping, take a look, see how it unwraps sometimes, and just to see the audio, and see which gives me the best beginning. Nothing's going to be flawless in the beginning. It's always going to have problems. Is there like is backface coal going to help me out here if I were to take care of that? You guys know? Okay, so what I'm really after is I'm just trying to get the face as if it was flat. And if I were to project this, meaning if I were to project on this a flat plane, what would I get without stretching? So those are all really what I'm after for faces that I'm in. I'm going to grab some of this underneath here just for the, I can fix it because we have unfold and we have relax. Are you guys familiar with the smoothing function? Yeah. Everything's just smooth and well. It's really easy. See what that gives me. Okay. Oh, smooth. Well, it's completely unusable. That's awesome. Where are your mouse? You remember that 3-button mouse? Can I borrow that? The USB?
Hey, Rebecca,
Somebody's,
you want to give me your extra mouse?
yeah, can I use your extra mouse?
I have an extra one. I bring two class.
Sweet. All right. Fun. Is there a secret to your mouse, or just
Stop practicing.
Yep, they're all nice and jacked up. Okay, so I'm just going to come in and do that. Funky going because I'm on the PC right now. So funky going between the two. Okay, so what I like to do is instead of, only because my brain, at times I forget what the axis is, I usually just use camera as the reference. So I'll go over here and just, it's easier, and just be like, oh hey, great UVs, planar mapping, and I do it via the camera, bounding box, sweet. Okay, so now if I go to my UV editor, bam, got my face. And it looks like I don't even have the map on here yet. But what I can do is I can just show you how you're going to deal with this, of where the UVs are. So you always turn this on right here because it shows you where the overlap is. Looks like I actually maybe even grab things from the back. Let's see what's going on here. Huh. Go in and see, make sure I got all the things in the nose. If not, I'll show you what you do. If you didn't get them and you saved a ton of work and you already mapped everything, which it happens, then you can just still grab individual things. So I'm going to come in here and say UVs, and a lot of times you got all the nostril problems. So I'm just going to come in and I'm going to relax it with the smooth. And I'm going to look at both. I'm going to look at relax, which is the solution. Sometimes it's unwrap. But I usually, when I have my map behind there, I just kind of watch to see just how much distortion I'm getting when it's overlaid on top of the image. And now they're no longer overlapped. So any problematic areas, you just select that zone. So like, right, same with my eyes, in the mouth, usually the mouth's got some issues. And I'll just relax that. Well, that's not good. So in this instance, sometimes unfold is better. And that's not working either. So that's actually good. That's fun. I do not want to distort it beyond. Like, I don't want to do that. Because really you can come in and just individually move verts, and a lot of times you have to just kind of subtly tweak it. Now I have the front. Now what I'm going to do is I kind of went reverse, but I'm going to go from the side view. Same thing. Grab all of them. Well, now this is going to grab the front faces. And there's a clever way of subtracting that from the UV editor. I'm not aware of that yet. I'm getting there. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to create the planar map, same move. Thinking that took my last setting. Alright. And I'm going to grab the shell. Alright, and there it still is. So what you'll see is once I grab that side, it selects half the face. Let's go ahead and move. Just going to move that out. Now, I've got overlap issues up in here. It looks like you can have some things that might be flipped. So I'm going to do that side, I'll do the other side separated and do the front again, but I'm going to worry about those later. been wise for me to make sure that I'm getting as clean as I can, but almost. So you see how I have these little bits? We'll be able to fix them. Well, one way I could go at doing this is trying to put these together without that front planar mapping. That's one option, right? So I could come in here, and this is me just trying to work through strategy. So I'm going to try to fix these edges right here. And I want to unfold those edges, right? And it's affecting the whole thing, which I may or may not want. So I may want to just come in and grab key areas. Again, if you do it too much, it's over distorted. So you want to kind of be slow with how much you do of that. Now I come in and I select all the edge of this thing, right? All along the edge. And this is just a quick and dirty because it's definitely not the solution, but I'm just to show you ways of the way of doing it. So now I've selected that part. Once I click this, it was like move and weld to put those two together. So anytime I say I have another pack or I just want to do the ear by itself, I can planar map that, flatten it out, select the edges where it meets the seams in the ear, put the we call it the weld, the move and sew tool, slaps it right in that area and takes care of that for it, puts it right where it needs to go. Now, sometimes you might deal with where the scale of it was way too big, and so I just test things out. So I'll be like, bring me here, you see these little bits? Like that, and I'm going to unfold it. Well, that isn't working. Relax it, and that's not good. So let's scale it just so I can take a look at it and see it more. Oh man. Alright, so I selected those pieces, just those two. If I go ahead and click this, it's going to put it right back up into that nose. Put it right in the nose mouth here. So I'll undo that and do it again. You kind of see. But his mouse is kind of swirly. Like not moving. So it was right here in the mouth area where that is. So watch again. You see where it was, put it in there. Well, I got issues, same issues I had before. This is just, again, if I was just trying to make this work. I'm going to unfold it, and I probably need to relax. And that's a bit of a mess. Yeah.
I don't know for sure. I may be the only one, but I thought I've never done these or texturing.
Never.
Not in a single time.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know if I'm the only one, but you're saying a lot of things, and I can repeat them, but I don't know what any of them mean.
Okay. Well, what I'll do an overview.
Or just like a tutorial, anything, a book, something. One or two for basics.
If you could get your model open and try to follow what I just did, that would be good.
What are your hotkeys for relaxing and full?
I don't have any kind of sensation.
Okay.
I didn't even have to do. So what I'm doing now is learning off of it. I don't know. I mean, and I'm also on a Mac with a Mac keyboard in the PC, so it's a little funky for me. Zooming in. It'll go right in on the area. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to continue a little bit and I can redo it, because I still got to do the front. I'm also going to do a spherical one. You'll notice when you select the whole thing, I'll just do it. So same, see that? That problematic area? See that? I selected just those spots. Unfolded. And it's starting to become a lot better. It's starting to really work in that area. And this is with a shitty attempt, which is not even a really good start. You know, this is me working with a lot of garbled area. So, and I could just grab in here, you know, and then it's just moving it around and relaxing a little bit. So that's a little bit too much. But then you've got this other sweet tool right here, and I don't actually have this in Max, where you can grab, you know, chunks like soft select and kind of move those verts to try to kind of put them and match your texture we have and kind of move around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back out again, and I'm going to keep going through different methods. All right. That was the planar method. So I had the two sides. One method is one side, the other side, flatten them. Take care of the edges, go around, and then unfold those so they're flat. Then select just the front. Remember when I just did the front, how good that was? That was exactly the front face. That will separate it from the other two UVs. Then I can lay that over my front face. And then I just select the edges and say, so, snap things in, done.
And this technique seems like it'd be good for like photorealistic because you can have a texture already made, basically.
Yeah.
Like, what would you do if you're creating the texture? I mean, like in Photoshop or something.
Yep.
How would you know how to lay out things so they're not messed up? Because you basically have to have. I mean, I guess you can make the texture first, but it'd be easier to make the map first in some cases.
Okay, let me do the spherical map, and I'll show you what. Let's say, so say you made the model, and then you're going to make the texture.
Yeah.
Right? Made the model, going to make the texture. I'm going to go ahead and just select the object, grab it. I'm going to do a spherical. And we'll look and see what that looks like. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty damn good. The only thing that's funk is this. And these edges. Okay? So, what I'll do at this point is I'll grab it. And just so that when you want to work in the mud box, you got to make sure everything falls within that square dimension, because otherwise it'll give you a little bit of crap. Because we're going to want to use mud box for painting our specularity, our ball map, everything. I had tremendous success last night, even if I had messed up UVs. So I don't know what happened. So when you were saying you're having problems with that mud box, you don't want to do that, right?
No, I'm getting cuts.
You were getting cuts.
You talking about seams?
Yeah. Just when we pull into Unity, it's cuts.
I think it's because it has the what you call it when you're like far away, it's making resolution.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of options here where you could just decide to move this. Okay, so here's the thing. This is backwards. That red is going to represent that it's split. Okay, we want to.
How do you get that red?
Right here, you see, this is what's key. You got a toggle, and that tells you the orientation of the normals, which way they're facing. So that toggle, again, this seems really daunting, and again, what the beauty is that I'm learning it, so I get to kind of stand at the same direction as you are. I already know the theories and what I'm after, but I'm still trying to learn where their interface lines up, so I'm still learning all these tricks. So the thing is you turn that on, right? And then you get to actually see the faces which way the normals are facing. So I knew that that was backward. So one thing you could do is you could just come in and hand move these, right? We always have that option. And a lot of times you end up doing that with, to a certain extent. You get as much of it as you can possibly done in an automated way. and then you come in and you hand tweak some of them. Okay? Okay. So that's not exactly where I want that to be, but I'll deal with it. So I'm going to go ahead and do the smooth on this area, unfold. Yeah, I don't know if I like that, so I'm going to relax that, and I don't like that either. So I'm going to go in by hand and just take a look at it because it may get a little bit too distorted. And again, I'm going to massage it because I am working from a texture, but even if I wasn't, that doesn't matter either because I can take a snapshot of this by going up, you go up and say snapshot. And when I get the snapshot, that makes it whatever resolution I want it to be. I take that into Photoshop. I have the mesh. I have this. And that's it's like my guide. Now I'm going to just start painting wherever I want. What I'm going to want to do is flatten this out a little bit more.
Yeah, I was say because it'll be like distorted then if you.
Yeah, but keep this in mind. As long as your texture is super high res, you can zoom into that little area and put details in there. And again, it's like there's a push and pull. This is the loose style. This is not everything is absolutely exact. And I'm going to want to teach that because there's a lot of times when you just fly by a seat of your pants. This is a way to get around that. You just really the rules, the map. As long as you get that flat, and there's no overlaps, and you have a high res map, you can go in and there's no problem.
Yeah.
Whereas if it was a really low res, or if this was okay. So this worked really well. This spherical worked really well for the face. It doesn't work great for everything, but it works really good for a head. All right. And so I'm going to just do the same thing I did before, where I grab that nose area and I just relax it. Sweet. There it is. That's currently my only problem because I don't have ears on it. If I had ears, same process. You select it, and then you relax it. And then that's a matter of pulling and tweaking a couple of verts and making them line up. So it's kind of like modeling. You're kind of remodeling back to your texture. You get that concept, right? Right? Or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see about getting my get the sign in the material on here so I can.
What do you? You still use that? I can use it.
He's like a GoldenEye character.
Yeah.
Okay, so check it out, right? Here's my map. It's almost lined up. It really is. It's really it works out well for the head. Okay, it does. But I kind of don't like the way that it maps this stuff up here. I don't like the way it handles that. That's why I kind of like my other method with the planar, doing it in planes, because it's really nice on how it pulls out the sides. So they're two different techniques. I can make this work. I can totally make this work. Is it the cleanest and the nicest? Maybe not. That's where I may take another approach. I could have boxed. I could maybe hit it with a box UV. That might have been another interesting way to get started. Just because I want to see the way the base layout is. They all start. Certain things are good, and then there's other corrective problems. There's no one zapping. All right, but this one allows me the least amount of correction. So I come in here. And scale it down here and just try to match it up best I can. this area, I'm probably going to want to scale it out, but I could come in here and just use this one tool, or I pull it, or I could scale it thinking that it's easier to work with the eyes than it is the nose, and scale the whole thing, and just try to match that nose up. Maybe scale it up a little bit because I want to get the lips and the eyes. Alright, so I do have to push and pull a little bit. It's not that big a deal. And I wouldn't have, this isn't a great texture because I left the shadows in. Normally you don't do that. It's just that I was lazy about it. And then same with highlights. I want to rubber stamp those out in Photoshop because I want the 3D app to create those. I don't want the math to do that. Unless, of course, in the game engine or something, where I want those textures burnt in. Right? So if it's a real-time thing, then yeah, I want those in there. But when it's going to be rendered, I don't. I just want the color map. I'm not going to paint out any of this information because I like that. It's almost like a dirt map in those areas. Just for what I'm after. Okay, so again, I just come in here and then hand fix these by pulling those down. And that's just how it is. Not a big deal. Doesn't take too much time to do that. And then you just keep do a test render. Now, right now I'm on a low poly version, which I try to work with as long as I possibly can. But the moment I smooth this, you notice UVs go a little wonky. So you may want to, smooth your model one more time so it's a little bit denser, because then every smooth after that doesn't move the UVs so drastically. And whereas, because I'm starting so low, it does when I do a smooth. Like if I smooth this right now, I get a little bit of spill. But what's nice is, I want to do as much correcting as I can with this low poly, smooth it, and then just fix that. Because, it just works a little bit better that way. So same here in the mouth. I could come over here and use this. I kind of do that to do big areas. There it is. Sphere of influence there. You can just select the birth that you want to affect, so you don't end up jacking up other things. So that's what I did, is I just grabbed a couple births and moved it like this. This is a little bit quicker than hand grabbing them and then pulling them in. You can do this too. Then I kind of find, at this issue. I could relax this once I find other problems. Again, it's just about massaging it and saying, okay, that's a little too probably that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take care of, the rest is just tediously moving birds, okay? That's what's going on. Now, I want to take care of this little chunk that's hanging out over here. I'm going to go ahead and grab that and see if that shows up in on my model.
To minimize you're in like a different screen. If you're going back to the model, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Okay, so there it is, right? It's right there. Now here's where I'll just use a planar map just to get it there, just to get it separated from. There's another thing where you do split. When you say split, it takes every single bird and splits it. I want to keep that chunk together. So rather than split it, I'm going to keep the chunk together, and I'm just going to say create UVs. I'm going to planar map it, and now it's its own separate map. I'm going to grab that. I'm going to move it up. Well, that's huge, right? Look how much larger that is according to the rest of the model. Well, if I do that nice little split and sew, or move and sew, it's going to take that size and slam it in. Or it'll take the other head and try to scale it to match that size. So what I do before I actually do this, I try to scale it best I can down to the size I think it should be, because then I'll just fix it by hand after that. I just don't want a drastic change. So I'm going to go ahead and scale this down. Maybe it's probably bigger than that. I'm not really that concerned. So I have a feeling that, I'm going to go ahead and do this. And again, it's experimenting because I'm sure there's a setting that shows me when I highlight one vert, where it welds to the other one. I just don't know whether that's that yet. I just know they should have. Maybe they don't. There's things that I take for granted and past have. I find mine doesn't.
You select by vertex.
What?
If you select by vertex, you can't do anything. It shows you where it is, all the vertex that are connected.
Okay, so now that shows how that's lined up. Now when I go ahead and do this, I have a perfect idea of where that's going to go. So yeah, you connected it in a funky way. So maybe I just want to go with one of them. Nope. Better. And then again, I'm just going to hand move those into position. The planar map works a little bit better. I wouldn't have this hair. I might even do the mouth and the ears and place those in separate spots and keep them away from this. Because then I don't have to worry about, I can paint that separately and just worry about those chunks. Because if I had a throat, it's going to try to unwrap that right in here. And when I relax it, it's going to try to put all that dense area, and that's a lot to work with. So I may actually just separate that part and put the throat spot over in here and just look where I can place other parts within that square. And it doesn't map those separate. Just by selecting those spaces, map and assign a UV to just that. So now I'm going to go back to that other process and show the planar version. And then that's really all that I would usually ever need to ever use are either a box, cylinder, sphere, or the plane, and then I can get everything I need. So even if there were random parts, because that one was a random part, you see how I could get that back into the place where I need it to be by just grabbing that vert and then say move and sew, snaps it right where it needs to go, and puts it in there. Now, I only grab one vert. Sometimes it leaves the rest unwelded. All you need to do is touch those, and they snap themselves in. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to do the planar version. No problem.
If you want to know if you have any face selected, you can turn on poly count.
Is that?
If you're looking if you have any faces selected,
Yeah.
you could turn on poly count under Windows. It tells you like, I don't know, what you have selected, how many.
Okay.
It's under Windows, let me see.
Where?
Under HUD.
Do
Yeah.
what?
Display, that's what.
Yeah, the second one down.
From the top.
The HUD.
Under the,
Okay.
and then the
I mean, I guess I have to know how many polys there are, but sure, thanks.
Well, it'll show you how many are selected in total.
Okay. Good. So, camera, I mean, you could, again, if you're good at exactly remembering where those axes are in paralleling, my brain makes a little bit of a disjoint and it's been doing it maybe once or twice. Camera works great for me because I know exactly what I'm getting then. And it's the same as if I would have guessed the right plane. So now I got that side. I'm going to do the other side. I can select invert, right? Select invert, guys.
But how are you doing the camera? Like,
oh, I made sure I moved because I wanted to make sure I get an exact orthogonal projection. I switched over to left. I'll switch back over to right.
There's an option under planar map though for using the camera.
Yeah, let me open that up. Okay, so dig.
Oh, okay, I see.
I mean, again, this is just annoying. I can eventually get it, but most of the time, even when I first guess, I don't guess properly. I know exactly what I'm getting when I break the guess. It's just easier for me.
So you just have to be in that viewport then?
Yeah, you have to expand it with the menu. Be in that, that's what it's saying, that viewport's camera. That's what that's saying. Make sure you get bounding box. Alright. Is there a select invert, guys?
Maybe you hold shift and you drag across, it'll deselect the ones you have selected and select the other ones.
With shift?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That's if my back face gold. Yeah. The object mode?
You can select the object.
Yeah, if you just click on the head geometry, then it'll highlight it again. And now you can shift select to switch your selections. It only works if you have the head selected. But if you deselect from the geometry, it'll still keep that face selection.
Yeah, it's still jacking up on the back face skull. See that?
Oh.
It's not friendly. That's why we should have just had an invert selection. There's got to be an invert
select.
Select all, deselect, invert selection. There we go. Fantastic. Much easier. Okay, so then I'm going to switch this back to same thing, planar map. Just make sure it's camera. Got my bounding box and the zipper project. So now I have both of these. Would have been maybe a little bit of a good idea to select one. So now when I turn this on, it's showing that red because that's overlap, and it's also showing that those are inverted. So I'm going to grab one of these and move it out. And because that's inverted, it should be blue. Purple, if you want to say flip. So that's how you know, otherwise it would be facing in. All the normals are facing in instead of out. That's the red, just think of red as danger, but that's the default. You can change it to any color you want. So now, okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, again, move this over for now, theoretically. And then I'm just going to go back and select the front. Planar map that, and watch how nice this goes together. This I found is what I thought was the better map. Because I like it, I mean, this actually fits a lot nicer. Even the other one could have worked. Right? And I'm not going to go into the neck. I'm just going to try to think about the face itself. Because the neck is actually, I'd rather have that split in a trunk than having it connect in the middle. We can still do that. We can weld and snap those together. But there's going to be a greater stretch.
Yeah.
Try to make it as symmetrical as you can so that you know you're getting the same all around. Make sure you get all up in the nose. I wonder. Yeah. Those would be those little bits that would annoy you. Take a look here, make sure there's nothing else. Okay, so then I'm going to go back, I'm going to go to the front camera view, and then I'm going to play our map that. Again, I already had that preset to be the camera, didn't have to go in and just remember it. So now when I use my UVs, there you go. And I do have this overlap happening right in here. So I just select that area, and either hand move those out, or I unfold it, or I relax it. Again, it's about testing and taking a look. That's what a lot of things are, right? It's about taking a look at it. I'm going to size it first. The beauty is so you're going to notice there's a problem here. Look how much bigger the face is than the size. Bigger. They're not equal. I'm going to go and just going to grab the shell, and I'm going to try to scale this down to match these, or I can do the reverse and scale the other. So I'm just going to scale this just so that I'm trying to match that up first. So that's about right. Move that over. I'm not worried about lining that up on his face yet. I'm just going to now come in here, say select the verts. Actually, let me fix this first. Now look at that first, and then yeah, I definitely want to unfold. Okay. Not so crazy about what happened in here, but I'll fix that. Not a lot of work. Same, I can go ahead and fix this right now. And you notice I got holes. I'll fix those. See those? That's these bits. Somehow I missed that in my selection. Not a big deal. So now I want these to weld. I'm going to actually have to fan out the top. See what that's a problem? Let's go ahead and take care of this all around the edge. Knowing that those are the target problems, because we know that when you look at those polygons on the top, they're about this wide versus the height. The reason is because we project it from the side, and the perspective gets picked up as we look. Most of this is awesome. Totally excellent in this area. Right. So I just need to fix those problematic areas. Right, so I folded that part out so it's flat. I literally flattened it. Otherwise it was in perspective still. And then, same thing, I'm just going to come in here. I want to move this stuff. I'm going to move that stuff, these little chunks, out of the way because they're going to, I need them to be out of the way to correct them later. So otherwise, there'll be a problem. Okay, so now I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to select these. I'm going to go to UV. And I want to select these. Yeah. I'll just do it. I gotta deactivate the move shell tool, otherwise it's not playing nice. That might be enough. Maybe I'll grab this one too. So then I'm gonna go ahead and do the bam. Oh yeah. That's looking pretty sweet. And then I got this little problem here, and I should probably unfold that. Again, I will hand minimal tweaking of individual verts. You just have to do a lot more work before they have these tools. I remember when this came out, the belt mapping and all. I remember when I was like, oh my god, unbelievable. Because before, it was painful. It was a painful process. And you had to pay for plugins. Because the base just did not have this awesome solution. So, I'm going to just do the other side. Now, there's these issues in here, because I probably could have selected a couple more of those. So, I can try to get at these. I'm going to hand move them out, just to see exactly what's going on so it's not so clustered. Get an idea what the landscape's like right here. And I'm going to do that whole vertex mode, like, aha, those two go together. All I do now is bam, took care of that. Same with in here. Oops, don't like that. Okay, so you're gonna, that's the game right there. So again, it's nice that you can preview where those verts are, kind of see how those are going to work together. Now that's under the neck. So I'm just going to correct that, and then come in here in this area, and just relax it.
What is the difference between relax and unfold?
Okay, and keep this in mind. Unfold is, what is the difference? It's fascinating. Unfold is it's like you're breaking it apart and unfolding it out. Relax kind of like looks at all the parameters and tries to make things equally spaced.
Okay.
Nice in a nice kind. It's kind of like smooth. It's smoothing.
Okay.
What happens when you go from your low poly to your high, when you smooth it? It's trying to do that with the verts.
Okay.
Now, you can only get to that unfold relax if you switch back to UV. So it's going to UVs and then the verts back and forth, and I know that's going to be a confusing point. Sometimes you'll be like, well, you think you're doing it right. You got to make sure that you're either in vertex mode for moving or you're in UVs, because UVs, you have to be UV mode to use this stuff. But you don't to move it. So I can relax it, not like in the relax. So then I come in here, I'm going to just hand fix some of this, or I'm going to go in here and take a look and see, oh, unfold work. That was nice. So whenever I have these problem areas, I just kind of try to balance that out and look at my options. If it really messes it up both ways, then I'm doing it by hand. But it usually does a pretty darn good job. Now, knowing where my model is, well, now that I have my texture, well, I'm going to fix the nose parts. So the same process, I can grab these, and I'm just going to be like, bam, build it in the hole. It's totally sent it right to that little gap. Now, make sure you don't do the reverse, because this is what happens. Whatever it is I start with, it's going to snap that to the other place. So if I would have grabbed the vert in the nose, it's going to grab this whole damn thing and move it over. So that's just so you know, depending on what you select, is what determines what's going to snap to the other area. So now I just have that hole filled in. I go take care of my bits, my problems, and this is a really good, with the exception in this area, which if I used a little bit more finesse when I was putting those together, I probably could have even got it even nicer. But I was a little bit quick and lazy. Oh, look at that. So again, when you see those problem areas, check it out. Select them and experiment with either the unfold and smooth. Yeah?
The unfold relax, are you just dragging like middle mouse left and right then?
No, left click on there.
Oh, okay, so okay.
Yeah, I don't want to relax. So now I'm going to scale that down and match it up to the face area. And again, some people will make the whole thing skin so it's a bald person. I've got a strategy. Okay, the danger sometimes is to always use the fur that's built in. I use that as minimal as possible because it's funny. It's notoriously problematic. It crashes. At least in all my experience with hair, I've had it happen sometimes, but it's just finicky and unpredictable and crashes the render at times. It's swirly. So sometimes I do a different route. Like on this hairdo, I'm going to look at it as chunks. I'm going to look for key areas. So I would have, I might separate these chunks, the hair off, try to do some skin with a rubber stamp. Then I'm going to come in and I'm going to hand in Photoshop, grab these, and make a bunch of individual hair texture maps that I'm going to make a black and white version of it that I can use for bumping and for transparency. All right, does that make sense? You know, you know how bump maps work? It's all gray tones. What's light goes up, what's dark pushes in. Well, same thing with transparency, right? What's black is transparent, what's white is solid, and then the gray tones are gradients of transparency. So, on this particular dude, I would look for these things and then flary chunks, and I would just make little planes, little polygons, put that texture on it, and then place that in the right spot. Leave the hair on the underneath texture so that if I were to look through that, I'd still see hair. And then build polygons on top of it. My poly count, way lower than if I use hair. And then I could kind of target it. It all depends on what you're doing with the model, right? If it's a medium distance, totally acceptable. But if you need to be like